Hello, this video should answer your questions about learning. Will Year 5 and 6 learn the same things? Well, the answer is yes, they will. We have developed a 2-year scope and sequence so that the topics cycle over the 2 years. So the things that we learned last year, we're calling that Year A, the first year, and then we have a whole new set of learning activities for 2017, which will be Year B, the second year in the cycle. So we're looking at topics in science like states of matter, electricity, space. In Higgy, we'll be learning about the Australian colonies from 1800 to 1900, whereas this year we've been looking at 1900 to now. We'll also be looking in geography at factors that shape places, and we'll be thinking about bushfires and those sorts of things. We're going to look at the book My Place in our English units. We're looking at Aboriginal literature. We're looking at Antarctica and disasters. So lots and lots of different things, completely different things to what we learned this year. So if you're going into Year 6, you can rest assured that you won't be repeating things. And for those coming into Year 5, well, you're going to have a whole new set of topics compared to what you've had before. What kinds of learning activities will we have? Well, the answer is lots and lots of different kinds. Some of them will be very similar to what you're doing now, and some of them might be a bit different. You're going to be having times when you work by yourself, times when you work with a partner, times when you work in a group. There'll be times when classes work together. There'll be times when grades work together. There will even be times when the whole stage works together. Your group work, sometimes you'll get to choose your groups and sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll be assigned to a group. We're also going to be doing a lot of work on collaboration and teamwork. So actually really learning how to work effectively in a group and how to work together and make the most of the strengths that different people have in the team to be able to help everyone in the team learn the best they can. You'll be doing a lot of research, finding things out for yourselves. So we'll be investigating questions, finding answers. Once you find the information, then you'll be asked to do something with it. So that can often be to produce some kind of product, which might be a poster, it might be a Teach Me video, it might be a story, it could be a Powtoon, it could be all sorts of different things. There's lots of options with how products that we make, but the idea is to use what you've learned in some way to demonstrate your learning. The big emphasis will be on building your own learning and learning for yourself. You're not learning so that you can pass a test, or you're not learning to please your teachers or your parents. You're learning to help yourself grow and to fulfill the potential that God has placed in each one of you. So it's really exciting. You'll be learning together with each other and from each other. There will be some, we call them screencasts. So this is what you're watching right now, a teacher who's made a video. So that means instead of me trying to stand up and speak to 112 students in one go, you can actually all watch the video and learn it at your own pace. You can pause the video, rewind it, watch it again if you want to. So the information is there for you to access. So we do some learning at times in that way. So, and there's many more, but that's a bit of a taste. Will we be in grade groups or class groups? I hope by now you know the answer to that question. Sometimes you'll be in grade groups, sometimes you'll be in class groups, sometimes you'll be in smaller groups, different groups again. For literacy and numeracy, we're going to be having 5 groups or possibly 6, and you'll be put into different groups for different things. Which leads into the next question, will we be in ability groups? The answer is sometimes you might be and sometimes you won't be. It really depends on the purpose for the learning. Sometimes putting people in ability groups helps us target the teaching and the learning more effectively. It means that we can extend people who need extending, or we can support people who need supporting. Sometimes it's actually better to mix you all up together, and then the people who really get it quickly can help the others to learn it. So that being together is the best way sometimes to help people learn. So it will depend on the purpose. Will we move between groups? Of course we will. You won't be in the same group for everything. And that's the same as what it's been now. I know that every term for Higgy, for example, we've used group work, and every term the children have been in different groups. So that sort of thing won't change. Even with the ability groups, if we do end up putting people into ability groups for some things, those groups will be fluid and flexible. That means people come in and out of those groups according to their needs, because nobody's good at everything. We all have different things that we need to learn, and some people are really particularly good at one thing but might need support in other areas. So we want to really target your needs with our grouping strategies. Will we be able to work by ourselves sometimes? I thought this was a really good question that I wanted to answer, because we've talked a lot about groups and a lot about collaborating and working together, but sometimes you just want to be able to go and work by yourself, and of course there will be times when you can do that. So again, we're hoping to create little places within the Learning Centre where you can withdraw, where you can find a little spot by yourself and work. Obviously, you won't be working by yourself all the time either. We're going to have lots of different types of learning, and it'll be changing around depending on the purpose of what we're trying to do, and also sometimes depending on your personal preference. So there will be opportunities for you definitely to work alone by yourselves.